Right on.
Oh, without further ado, Jeff, let's talk about him. Vince
Vince
McMahon was the subject on Stephanie's podcast, What's Your Story? She had Nick Khan on, where he talked about his process with Triple H. He says that they make mistakes in business every day, but they have one another. They can bounce ideas off of each other. But he basically said he had nothing but respect and admiration for Vince McMahon as a business person. And Stephanie was quick to quip something along the lines of, probably his biggest nemesis is himself. I wanted to ask you, what do you make of that? You know Vince McMahon better than most people listening to this. Do you think Vince was his own worst enemy?
I will say this with my experience, but also I'll say my observations. I think every human being walking today's biggest nemesis is themselves.
Yes, sir.
My personal experience, I couldn't get out of my own way. But it's human nature to want to control people, places, and things. It's when you're driven as an entrepreneur, you have a certain mentality and attitude. If I want it done right, I'm going to do it myself, and all the stuff that can contribute to being successful ultimately can be, we'll call it your Achilles heel or your downfall or whatever it may be. But I think Stephanie's comment to me was very diplomatic, but stating the obvious.
Let's follow up with the other news that was broken last week. And I think you and I had already heard this before through the rumor mill, but it was finally made public that Vince McMahon was interested in buying the controlling interest of bare knuckle fighting championships. This is revealed by Justin Barrasso. That name may be familiar. He was formerly with Sports Illustrated. Want to give him a plug here. He's doing his thing on his Substack now. I encourage you, just throw Justin Barrasso Undisputed Substack, and you'll find everything Justin's reporting these days, including this report last week that he broke, that David Feldman, BKFC's founder and president, confirmed that he had a meeting with Vince McMahon and that Vince is resolute about a return to promoting. Quote, he's a great guy. His whole team is great, but the timing wasn't right for us. He's Vince McMahon. If I were him, I'd want creative control too. He was awesome, very complimentary, and he was very serious to do business. What do you make of this? Do you think we'll see Vince back in wrestling or some other form of combat sports, Jeff?
Oh, I'm not sure wrestling. I'm not even sure combat sports. But, when you know the history, his family is a line of promoters. And what do they promote? And that is, going way, way back. I mean, Harlem Globetrotters and promoting dances and events. And so music, festivals, fairs, there's who knows what you're going to see, because nowadays there are so many, I'll call it different options. In a lot of ways, there may be something out there. He certainly had a vision for professional wrestling and took it places with his vision in a lot of ways that, nobody really can even lay claim to say, oh yeah, that the business was naturally going to happen that way. No, he had a vision and lots of things. So who knows? He may have a combination, but when you kind of look at the combat sports world, the lanes that are there, it'd be interesting to see if he got into the boxing world. You got to go find the fighters. That's for sure. The MMA world, if you will, that's a big lane. Obviously, professional wrestling. There's two big organizations and lots of others. I don't know. My gut doesn't tell me. Here's what my gut tells me. We don't have a damn clue unless you're totally in his brain. Maybe not even his inner circle here shares some things, but he's going to promote. What that is, I think everybody's got a guess at it. That's about it. Just a good guess.
We can't wait to see what's going to happen next with Vince. I'm sure we'll all be talking about it. And I know this time next week, we'll be talking about what did or didn't happen with Night of the Champions. What we know for sure, though, is that AEW is running their very first stadium show, and we are just a couple of weeks away.
Countdown,
baby. AEW Casino Gauntlet match. We've got the women's world title with Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné hooking it up. We've got a dream match finally happening here in the United States, and how fitting it's for AEW's first stadium show. Okada and Omega are unifying two belts. We're going to have a new unified champion as the Continental Champion. Okada comes in to face the international champion, Kenny Omega. I can't wait to see this. I hope that whoever wins is running around with three belts. It would be a cool visual. But what everybody's going to be talking about is Jon Moxley and Hangman Adam Page. It's going to be a barn burner. I'm sure everyone is glued into this. It's been one of the longest storylines in AEW history. Of course, the Death Riders and Jon Moxley. I mean, we haven't seen the actual physical world title in forever. I think a lot of our listeners are hoping that Hangman Adam Page rescues it from that case and holds it high over his head. We'll find out. Tickets are on sale now at AEWTIX.com. And if you didn't already know, Wednesday night in Garland is going to be Dynamite. Thursday night in Garland is going to be Collision. Friday is StarCast, and it is a who's who of all your favorite AEW superstars and a bunch of legends. And, of course, on Friday night, we got the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. But Saturday, we're back at it again with StarCast. Jeff's going to be there. The Queen's going to be there. I'm going to be there, and you need to be there too. Grab your bracelets at STARRCAST.com. That's StarCast.com. Plan to spend Saturday, July 12th with us, and then we'll all hike a couple of blocks over to the stadium show, Globe Life Field, all in, little afternoon matinee action. And somehow, some way that night, Jeff, Goldberg in Atlanta for the world title. This is going to be one of the biggest days in wrestling history, and I'm glad you and I are going to be knee-deep in it at StarCast.
Buddy, oh, buddy. Good old StarCast, putting a smile on that face. One thing that we didn't really touch on, I don't know, but Hangman's promo at Arena Mexico with his Spanish and everything. But the build, it felt like the all-in build went into super high gear this past Wednesday. So I'm excited about Seattle, and then we got Dynamite 300 out in Ontario and the outskirts of LA, and then the go home week, like you just said, into Dallas. So big weeks coming up. Wrestling, man. It just, in the span of the next 21 days, lots going to go down. But Conrad, we say that often. With the cadence of the industry now, it's Jesus. It's mind-blowing, pal. It really is. When you take in the lucha stuff and the Japan stuff and throw in an independent show here and there, and then what you just laid out. Good time to be a wrestling fan.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment, and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next two house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105 or get yourself a quick quote. Even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.